Hey there, and welcome back to my channel, Weirdly O.C.D. Well, we are back for another installment of my series called 5 Great Finds, and this is going to be a part 2 to the best of Aldi. The reason I'm doing this is because the first one has gotten so many views in just a short amount of time that I figured it would only make sense to do a second one. Not because it was so successful, only because it was so successful, but because we've also found other products at Aldi that we like just as well as we do from the first video that I made. There will be a difference between this video that I make about Aldi's products and the one that I did before. In this one, not only obviously is it going to be different products, but also I'm going to actually list the prices of everything because I kept the receipt this time. I know last time I was kind of guesstimating on prices as I was showing the items to you, but I actually have the receipt so I can give you accurate pricing. And secondly, I took some video clips inside our local Aldi so you can kind of see what an Aldi looks like. If you've never been to one, it is more than just a grocery store, and I think that's what a lot of people think of when they think of Aldi, is just groceries and food. But they actually have baby essential stuff, home goods items, all kinds of things. So I took some video clips of that, and I did have to be a little bit sneaky with taking clips in the store because I just wasn't sure how the employees would feel about it. And there were like 3 or 4 of them kind of all running around the store on the sales floor, so I didn't want to get possibly kicked out. First, I'm going to get to the products here, and then we'll go ahead and get to the tour. The first item up in the 5 Great Finds, and again, these are in no particular order, like from best to least favorite, things like that. It's just, I'm just grabbing them over here off the side. The first item is Village Bakery Muffins. Now, the 2 flavors that we found in our Aldi are the blueberry, and then there's also a chocolate chip. They're a 4-pack, and they are $2.89. These are really good. Whether you like muffins just plain, or if you're like me and like to heat them up, put a little bit of butter on them. They taste really, really good. And they have just enough calories to make a good sized snack. They have 360 calories per muffin. So if you're looking for something that you don't have to eat a lot of to make up some calories, I would highly suggest you get this. And as I said, they taste good whether you just take them out of the package and eat it, or if you want to heat it up in the microwave for about 20 seconds, put a little butter on it, something like that. They are really, really good. The second item I'm going to show you is not necessarily a food, but more of a liquid, and that is a Season's Choice mixed fruit smoothie mix, or at least you could use this for smoothies, which is what we did actually earlier today. We put it in our blender, and I love it. It tastes really good. This is, let me find it on the receipt here. I'm sorry, it's not on this receipt because we've actually had this for a little while, but we did just make it today, and I love it. This one here in particular has peaches, mango, strawberries, and pineapple. They are in the freezer section. Obviously, they were kind of around like the breakfast items where they have like the frozen waffles, pancakes, things like that. There were like 4 or 5 different flavors. I think there was a blueberry one, which I think I definitely want to try next time we go there. I think there's maybe just a strawberry one, strawberry and something else. This actually made a decent amount. This was probably filled up to about here in the bag. If you're curious, 1 cup is the serving on this, and that's 70 calories. You could, I guess the way, depending on how you grind it up, you could make it into a smoothie. You could make it into like a kind of dessert with the way that we did it. I suggested to Tony that we could maybe put it on vanilla ice cream. That would have been really good too. And it does have a recipe here on the back. on how to make a smoothie if you're not exactly sure how you want to do it. But all we did is we just put this in our blender, put about 2 cups of water in, and ground it up. Also, in case you're worried about sugar, there is no sugar added. In case you're watching your sugar intake. But 0 trans fat, only 70 calories per 1 cup. And I want to say this was $2.69. Like $2.69, $2.49, somewhere around there. I know it was under $3. The third item I want to talk about is the Bremer Chicken Fajita Skillet Meal. Now, my last 5 Great Finds Best of Aldi video, the first one, I talked about another chicken fajita meal that we liked there. And actually, I believe at the time that I was making that video, they were going to get rid of it or not carry it anymore. But actually, they've carried it ever since I made that video. But we came across this not during today's shopping trip, but the shopping trip before this. And we decided to try it out. Personally, before I forget, this was $4.99. And it is a 1 pound, 8 ounce bag. It is tender white meat chicken with onions, bell peppers. This does come with tortilla shells, but honestly, they're not very big. I would recommend getting your own tortilla shells because they're really not that good sized. But it does come with its own tortilla shells and spicy fajita seasoning packet. However, it's not spicy, at least to me and Tony. It's not spicy. I don't think it is, and he hasn't mentioned that he thinks it is. It definitely is a good meal. Now, personally, I like this better than the chicken fajitas that I reviewed in my first Aldi video. I feel like the meat in this is more, how do I want to say this, meaty. I feel like it's actually good chunks of meat, whereas the chicken fajita one from before, it is good, but it's like shredded chicken almost, and not like actual whole chicken pieces. The chicken in here does actually look like this when you make it. And I filmed a little clip of us making it earlier tonight because that's what we had for dinner. So I'll insert that up here in the corner so you can see what that looks like. And as you can see from this video up here, you actually do get a decent amount in the bag. Again, just like that smoothie mix, it was filled, sorry, a good portion of the way in the bag. And half a package of this is considered a serving size, and it's 410 calories. So the entire bag is 820 calories. The next product I want to show you is this Fusia, I'm not sure how you would say it. It's F-U-S-I-A, General Tsos chicken. We've had this a couple of times now, and it is really, really good. A while back, we were on some like Chinese kick. We had gotten the orange chicken from Aldi's once before. I haven't talked about that in the other Aldi's video. I didn't review it, and I don't have it here now. But I would definitely say this and the orange chicken, which I believe is by the same brand name, is so good. So good. So good. So good. Now, I will say one thing. I'm not sure if General Tsos is supposed to be spicy or not, because we've gotten this one here from Aldi, which does have a little bit of spice to it. It does have a little bit of heat. But we also got General Tsos chicken one time from Save-A-Lot, and it wasn't spicy at all. So I'm not sure if this is supposed to be spicy or if it's just Aldi's take on it, but it is really, really good, and you get a lot in this bag. It's filled to about there. And this is a 1.62 pound bag. There are 290 calories in each serving, and 5 ounces is considered one serving. This was $4.99, which I noticed that's kind of like a running trend with Aldi's, with like the meal things, whether it's this or the chicken fajita meal, or the other chicken fajitas that we've had before that I talked about in my last video. There's some chicken tenders that we usually buy. A lot of that stuff tends to be $4.99, which isn't bad. $5, you know, for a big bag like this is pretty good. We usually get like a rice with this and make it, and it's like our own homemade Chinese meal for $6.50, somewhere around there. Because, I mean, rice is extremely cheap. But this is really, really good. And as I said, this does have a little bit of spice to it. So if you're not keen on spice or a little bit of heat, I would recommend not buying this one. Maybe sticking to like the orange chicken from Aldi or some other kind of Oriental dish if you're wanting like an Oriental food. The last item that I'm going to show you is this Bremer. This is also by the same people who made the chicken fajita meal I just showed you a little bit ago. And it is the lasagna with meat sauce meal. This is 220 calories per serving, and there are 1 cup is considered a serving, and there's 4 servings in this container. So we have 880 calories for this entire thing. This was $2.59. Extremely cheap for a lasagna meal. And since it's just me and Tony, we usually cut this into 4s when we make it. We each have a piece, and we also have 2 pieces of like Texas toast or garlic toast, and that is plenty for us. We always have 2 pieces left over, and we can have those for leftovers or whatever. But this is really, really good. The cheese is super cheesy. It melts really well. The sauce is not like you get plenty of sauce. It's really saucy. It's really good. I'm not really sure how to describe that. But now it does take, I think, a little bit to cook. It does take 45 to 50 minutes to make. So this isn't something obviously that you're going to be able to pop in the oven and have done in a short amount of time if you need to make something quick. This lasagna is super, super good. And the edges get crispy, which I think is really good. I like that little bit of crisp edge on the lasagna. If you wanted to, you could also broil it just a little bit in the oven, maybe like a minute, minute and a half, just to get a little bit of that crust on the top of the lasagna and not just around the edges. But it is really, really good. And there, like I said, there's a lot of sauce in this inside of it. In fact, there's so much in it that you could dip garlic bread into it if you wanted to, and you'd still have enough for your lasagna. Since I showed you another of our 5 favorite things from Aldi's, now I'll go ahead and close out this video with the tour of my local Aldi store. As I said, just to show you that it's not just groceries that Aldi's carries. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you will enjoy this tour of my local Aldi. As I said, some of the images might be a little weird because I was trying to hide that I was filming in the store with the employees walking around. But I hope you enjoy it, and that will close out today's video. And hopefully, if you haven't been to Aldi's, you will definitely go check them out because it is definitely worth your time. It is definitely worth your money. You do get your money's worth there. And if you do like Aldi's, give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment letting me know what your favorite item at Aldi's is, because I would love to read it and possibly maybe even try it and review it in a future video. Well, with that, I hope you enjoyed this. Hope you enjoyed the Aldi's tour, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.